Would you like to learn how to make the yummiest baked macaroni and cheese without using a roux? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the best macaroni and cheese that you ever tasted. Hey, it's Lisa D, founder of Lisa D's Delights. And on this channel, we help beginner cooks learn how to prepare quick and simple recipes made with love. Most of our recipes are Southern cuisine with a healthy flair. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I think macaroni and cheese is my favorite dish during the holidays. At first, for years, I used to use my great-grandma, Mama Lee's recipe. I used her recipe for years because it was just so damn good. But because I'm Lisa D and I always love to put my little Lisa D sauce on stuff, I found a way to make her recipe even better. So over the last few years, I became like a dang mac and cheese scientist. I tried making mac and cheese with a roux, without a roux, with butter, without butter, with eggs, without eggs, Walmart brand cheeses, Cracker Barrel, Kraft. I tried everything till I finally crafted the perfect baked macaroni and cheese recipe. So basically, I did all the beta testing already so that you don't have to. Some of the ingredients may be a little controversial, a little different, but trust me, I'm your mac and cheese scientist. I got you. I won't steer you wrong. So girl, this is it. Like I said, I tested this. This is the dream team right here. This right here, this combo right here, this is what you want in your mac and cheese. Like I said, I tried the cheaper cheeses. I tried the Walmart Great Value brand. And I just found that when I use the quality cheeses, it tastes like 10 times better. Trust me. So what you want is, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to find this brand, but this shaved blend right here, Bel Giasso, I don't know how to pronounce it, child, but it's a blend of Asiago, Parmesan, and Romano cheeses. This blend is so good. Oh my God, I love cheese anyway, but this blend right here is amazing. But if you can't find that kind, then you could use Monterey Jack. That's good. If I can't find this, oh, I get this from Sam's Club. That's where I find this cheese. If you can't find that, then you can use Monterey Jack instead of that. I also love this smoked Gouda. I get that from Sam's Club as well. And the black one, it's an Australian white cheddar cheese. I also get that from Sam's Club. It's so yummy as well. And in the bowl, I have mozzarella cheese. And then in the back is Velveeta. Yes, Velveeta is controversial. No, it's not a quality cheese. But yes, I use it anyway because I need me a little processed cheese in the mac and cheese to give it that creaminess. That's what Velveeta does. And like I said, I tried the other kinds of Velveeta, the yellow one. Do not use the yellow one. Trust me, use this queso blanco. It is so good. It gives the mac and cheese a kick. It just kicks it up a notch because it has a little kick, a little spice to it. So get the queso blanco. It's white, not the yellow one. Girl, I use so many cheeses, I forgot to put one in the picture. I forgot to put the yellow cheddar cheese in the picture. That is actually, I use the Cracker Barrel yellow cheddar cheese, and I just put that on the top. Cracker Barrel is not bad, so if you can't find like higher quality cheeses like this, go with the Cracker Barrel. But if you can't even do the Cracker Barrel and you got to do the Walmart brand, just that's fine too. Just put love in it. It'll be all good. But please, just please don't use the cheese that's already shredded in the bag. They add preservatives to a lot of those cheeses, and the preservatives are actually made out of wood pulp. So they do that because it prevents the cheeses from sticking together in the bag. But when we use it in our mac and cheese, that cheese doesn't tend to melt as well as if you use real, cheese. So I know it's an extra step. I know it's more work, but go ahead and grate you up some cheese. It doesn't take that long, and it's so much better. Grease your baking dish with a little cooking spray or a little oil so that the mac and cheese doesn't stick. So now go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. I went ahead and boiled my macaroni in chicken broth. I like to use chicken broth as opposed to water because it gives the macaroni more flavor. A salted chicken broth too, because we're not going to add any salt to the macaroni. So use a broth that has salt in it. But if you're not going to use chicken broth, then yes, you do need to salt your water because the salt gives the pasta flavor. But you do not need to oil the water when you're boiling pasta. It's not necessary. All you have to do is just stir the pasta as it's cooking, and that will stop it from sticking together. And also, if you put oil on it, then the pasta gets all greasy and it prevents the cheese from adhering to the pasta properly. Only cook your pasta for about 5 minutes. You want it to be al dente, kind of firm, because it's going to continue to cook when we bake it in the oven. So do not overcook your pasta. That's not delightful. We don't want mushy pasta in our macaroni and cheese. Also, do not rinse the pasta after it's done. Some people will tell you to rinse the pasta to stop the cooking process, but the pasta should already be al dente anyway. It's already going to be firm, so that's not going to be a problem. Rinsing it will only prevent the absorption of the cheeses. The only time you should be rinsing your pasta is when you're making a cold dish, like a pasta salad or something. And girl, don't be kikiing at my makeshift colander either. I do have a real colander. It's just big and bulky and I didn't feel like digging it out. So remember I said to trust me. And remember the title says this is the holiday edition mac and cheese. I never really liked a bunch because like I said, I tried it all. I didn't like a lot of butter in my mac and cheese because I hate a greasy mac and cheese. It's like the cheese already has enough grease or whatever. But I found that when I use bacon grease as opposed to butter, it just takes the mac and cheese up a crazy notch. It gives it a nice smoky flavor in the back, and it's not as greasy as butter because it's not as loose. It's like a thicker, it's thicker or whatever. So trust me and put you 3 tablespoons of bacon grease in your mac and cheese, and you can thank me later. Now go in with 3 large eggs, lightly beaten. The eggs are going to add body, a firmness, and hold the mac and cheese all together. So to roux or not to roux? Girl, I tried it all of the ways, and I don't want to roux. It's just an unnecessary step to me. It's all going in the oven. It's all going to mesh and melt and cook and get yummified all together in the oven. So it's just a process that is not necessary to me. So do your mac and cheese the way I'm showing you and save yourself an unnecessary step. This is the gadget that I use to grate my cheese. I probably should have used my food processor, but I was being lazy, so I used this. I actually like this a lot. It has a lot of different chopping inserts, so this is cool. I got it from Amazon. It's really not that hard to grate cheese. 1, 2, 3 and you're done. It really doesn't take that long. I grated all of my cheeses within a few minutes. Now add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. 1 cup of white cheddar. 1 cup of smoked Gouda. 1 cup of the Parmesan blend. 1 cup of queso blanco Velveeta. 1 cup of mozzarella. Once again, trust me on this. Remember, I'm your mac and cheese scientist. Girl, when you add shallots to your mac and cheese, oh my God, the shallots layer in an amazing flavor to the dish. I don't know, somehow it heightens the taste of the cheeses. That combined with the hint of smokiness, flavor that comes from the bacon, oh my God, it is amazing. You have to try it. But the trick is to chop the shallots super, super, super fine. No one should even know that they're in the mac and cheese. If you can't chop your shallots really, really fine, then skip this step. It's not gonna taste as good, but you have to make sure that the shallots are chopped really fine, because they should just, the flavor of the onion shallots should just sit in the background. And like I said, no one should even know it's there. No one wants to chomp down on big chunks of shallots in their mac and cheese. So when you chop them very fine, they disintegrate while cooking, and the flavor just takes the dish to new levels. I like to use one small shallot, not a large one, a small shallot. And I like shallots as opposed to onions because shallots are milder in flavor. But if you can't find shallots, then you can use a 1/4 cup of a regular onion. Now mix it up really well. Then add in 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of fresh cracked black pepper. If you've never tried the fresh cracked black pepper, you have to try it. The one that comes in little balls and you have to grind it up is so much different than the pepper that's already ground up. It's different, it's better, it's yummy. Try it. Now mix it up really well. Whenever you're cooking, you want to always taste your food as you're cooking so that you can make adjustments while you still have the chance. So taste it right here. Everything is pretty much cooked already besides the eggs, but a little bit of egg is not going to kill you, child. You want to taste it to make sure that you don't need anything. Like I said, I got my salt from the chicken broth was salted, the bacon grease was salted, and that Parmesan cheese blend that I used, that was pretty salty. So I didn't need to use any salt. But you need to taste yours. If you don't use the same ingredients that I did, you might need to add you some salt, because mac and cheese needs salt. So taste it and see if you need to add anything. Now cover the top with yellow sharp cheddar. Sometimes I put the yellow sharp cheddar in the mixture as well. You can do that too if you like. Then put her in the oven for about 30 minutes on 350 uncovered. But before you put it in the oven, take a paper towel and wipe off the edges and the sides of the dish so when it comes out it looks clean and pretty. Look at God, won't he do it? Yes, how delicious, how delightful. Girl, I'm telling you, this mac and cheese right here, this mac and cheese is fire. I am the designated mac and cheese maker in my family. Like, they don't want anybody else to make the mac and cheese but me. And if you make it Lisa D style, the same thing is going to happen to you. Your peoples are going to want you to make the mac and cheese all of the time. Now look at this right here. Now this just don't make no kind of sense. When I tell you this mac and cheese was so freaking good, oh my God. Make sure you tell Mama and them that they don't have nothing on Lisa D. Girl, the quality cheeses, that does it. That and the bacon grease and the shallots. My recipe will take your mac and cheese over the rainbow. But tell me in the comments, what's your favorite blend of cheeses to use? But bye for now. Have a delicious and delightful day. And remember, if you're feeling my vibe, please subscribe. Do me right by hitting like. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of this yumminess. Bye.